I saw a video on social media, good friends, probably Facebook, and it was a scam video where there was damage like this, just as bad as this. And somebody sprayed something on it, wiped it off, and it was completely new, like it just rolled off the assembly line. A scam to separate you from your dollars. So that gave me an idea to actually show what could be possible, what type of turnaround you can do on your own with the tools and the products that I used in this video. And let's get some realistic results in a video like that. So this hood here, medium clear coat. We're going to start off removing transfer. It has transfer and some marks made by paint. And then we're going to move on to probably the most important part of this correction, and that's the wet sanding. And you can do that with a block, many different types of foam, palm blocks and hand blocks. You got these square hard blocks here. You have sheets you can wrap around all different shape sizes of blocks. And I'll use one or maybe all of them during a correction. They all have a purpose and they all work incredibly well and are effective. Now you could do this dry. They're just as effective without adding the water. I like to wet sand because in and around my shop I need to keep it as clean as I can for the films that we apply. And I don't want any of these particulates to become airborne and get in and around the shop and settle on things to blow in between the film and the surface during some of our packages. So for me, it's always, I'm just in the habit of wet sanding. Even outside here, I'll use the wet sand method. And what we're doing here is going over the area and rounding off all the jagged edges. Now these scratches are, I mean, they're harsh. They're through the clear coat, color coat primer down into the metal of the panel, and they even have dented the panel. So there's only room for improvement. We can't remove these defects and the damage here and make it perfect again. But we can get it to a point where, hey, this you're going to need an appointment for a body shop until then, because normally a reputable body shop you won't get in for a couple weeks, probably even months in some instances. You can make your car presentable until then, and this is exactly how we do it. So we start off with the wet sanding here after removing the transfer, and what we're doing is we're rounding off all the jagged edges in and around and within the valleys of the scratch. And that will stop the light from coming in and refracting off of all of those edges and making all that damage and all of those scratches just look unsightly. When you are satisfied, you want to wash or rinse that residue off of there. And you can do that with a rinseless, or you can pull the car outside and just wash it completely with a bucket wash. And that will let you see where you stand. Because once a surface is sanded, it will tell you if the scratch is removed, if it's still there but slightly improved. Let me dry it off and I'll show you. So dried off, the surface is dulled, of course, from the wet sanding, and the deeper scratches remain, but they're rounded off. The topical scratches, they're gone. Here are some of the deeper ones that can actually probably use touch-up paint, but they will look a lot better when we're done with this process. So the next step we want to do is to polish out the wet sanding marks, and a Eurofiber pad and the Phoenix EOD Pop Cut. That's going to be my choice. I'm going to put a link for everything I use down below. You can look into it and use it as a reference if you ever come into a situation like this. So what's neat and relaxing about this step, guys, I've already done the heavy lifting with the sandpaper, the wet sanding. So all I'm doing here is worrying about the wet sand marks. I'm not worried about the damage underneath. So wet sanding marks, especially 2 or 3 or 4,000 grit, they remove easily with a medium cut or a finish or a cleaner polish and a Eurofiber pad or a polishing foam pad. There are many combinations you can put together, and I've shown many on the channel. You can revert back to those videos if you want to. This combination works perfect here on this medium hardness clear coat. Basically, a crisscross pattern, which equals two passes, left to right and then up and down, is more than enough to remove sand marks from 3,000, 4,000 grit sandpaper. So it really won't take long. It won't spike temperatures on the panel you're working on and is rather safe. Obviously, this panel needs a body shop and wouldn't matter anyway. But what I've done here with the wet sanding, which keeps the area cool and doesn't spike temperatures, and is probably one of the safest ways to correct paint, in my opinion, and then followed up with just a light polish like this, we haven't added really any more stress to the area, the clear coat, the paint, or the primer. And simply wipe off the residue, use a panel prep, and protect. Or, for those of you that like the primer polishes, I'm not keen on them, but I could see why they're used. Or even the Extreme Solutions LVR 403 or 404, which has acrylic, which is kind of what your clear coat is made of. You can help to fill some of those areas that need repair and make them even more or less unsightly when you're finished with the process. And will get you through to your body shop appointment. So let me bring you in and show you that, yeah, all of those areas still remain, not like those scam videos on social media where everything's completely gone. It's still there, but you have turned it into an area of damage that you need to see up close. And from 4 foot, from 6 foot back, from 8 foot back, it's going to be hard to see that area. You can see the dents, but you won't see the scratches. And from here, I personally will protect it, and that's for a reason. Protection will make the surface glossier, especially with BC2 and BC3 stacked on top. And the gloss, the increase of gloss on that panel will detract even more from those damaged areas and blend them in a little bit with the rest of the panel. So BC2 is a 1-year coating, and you just dab a little bit or mist a little bit into a microfiber applicator such as this. Can be used in direct daylight and heat outside. You don't need the shelter of a garage. And you can apply it to an area such as this, 3x3 or 4x4. Put it on circular motions, put it on in crisscross patterns. It doesn't care. It doesn't care how it gets on the panel, just so you spread it out evenly. And then simply wipe off from there. There shouldn't be any high spots or streaking. It is a user-friendly, easy product to protect your vehicle. And that's all hard surfaces, including plastic trim, paint, chrome, stainless steel, wheels, glass, really anything. The Blue Collar 2 spray coating, 9 to 12 months, only needs 2 hours to cure, and you can top it and send it on its way. No need to let it set 24 hours or overnight. And I will top it with Blue Collar 3. This is our detailer, our booster, which, by the way, is it's involved in a killer sale right now. Normally $18. It's just a little over $10 for just a couple more days. I'll put a link down below if you want to look into it. Take advantage of that. You can't beat that price for the performance you'll get out of it. You can use it many ways: a detailer, a booster, a maintenance spray. You can use it as a drying aid, a spray and rinse protectant. Whatever you choose, it'll be easy to use. Here are your before and afters. So I thought it would be a fun video to make. Here is realistically what you could expect from repairing damage like that. Anything on Facebook that is being pushed for sale, I normally run like hell from it because it's normally just a scam anyway. This has been Brian from Apex Detail. Catch you in the next video.